Hi, my name is Dan. Today I'm going to show you how to play that song, Oasis, Wonderwall. That's not the entire song, obviously it's just an abbreviated version because we've got a lot to get through today if we're going to learn how to play this. I'd like to try and introduce it to absolute beginners. Even though it isn't an ABC open chord shape beginner's song, it's a little bit more difficult, but it is actually using two-fingered dyads, which are simpler than traditional triad open chord shapes. So it should be accessible to even an absolute beginner if I do my job properly and break this down in an easy manner. Okay, so let's get into it. You've probably already been introduced to the fret system and the string numbers. That's the simple numerical system that tab uses. I'll use a bit of that verbally, it'll make life easier. So fret 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. And frets are the spaces between the metal bars, not on the metal bar, so between them. And strings are numbered 1 through 6, from the thinnest string at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, to the thickest string at the top. Okay, so what we're going to do is, for most of the song, there are two fingers in position and they remain in position. And that is our pinky, or our baby finger, and our ring finger. And both of those are placed on the 3rd fret on the 1st and 2nd strings, respectively, just like this. Now they stay there, like I said, for most of the song. Now, the chords are E, C, G, D, and A. Now that's not the sequence in which they appeared, and the demonstration I gave you was only an abbreviation. So just download the song online and you'll be able to see the sequence in which the song or the chords appear with the lyrics as well. Okay, so the A shape. A shape is pretty simple. We're going to put our index finger and our middle finger on the 2nd fret on the 3rd and 4th strings, like so. Now we're going to take our index finger, which is on the 3rd string, and we're going to step it over our middle finger, which is on the 4th string. And now it's on the 5th string. So our index finger went from the 3rd string to the 5th string. So we went from an A shape to an E shape. So that's index finger and middle finger on 3rd and 4th strings, index on 3, middle on 4, and we step the index over the middle finger to 5. That's an E shape. Now keep your guitar in tune. So from here, our E shape, where we are now, we're going to step our middle finger, which is currently on string 4. We're going to step it over our index finger and also move it up 1 fret onto the 6th string. And that's G. So quickly, we have our index on 3, middle on 4, A. We're stepping over for E. Now our index is on the 5th. Now we're stepping our middle finger over that from the 4th to the 6th on the 3rd fret. So that's G. Okay, you can play that back again and slow it down, and that will give you the connecting, stepping, two-fingered shapes. Now at the moment we're at G. Now this will fill out the rest of the chords for us. G shape is here and here. So the 5th string and the 6th string on the 2nd and 3rd fret. Just like that. Now if we take that shape and move it down vertically, not horizontally, we're not changing frets, we're just moving down. So we're taking the G shape and we're moving it down to C. Now if you move that down again, that's an F. Now F is unrelated to this song. We're not going to talk about it too much, but it is very accessible in that same configuration, right there. So the chords of this song, again, are the A shape, the E shape, the G shape, and the C shape. Now, the only chord I haven't mentioned so far is D. D is very simple. On the 2nd fret, we're going to play the 1st and 3rd strings. We're not going to play the 2nd string. So 1st and 3rd. Middle finger on the 1st, indexed finger on the 3rd, and then on the 3rd fret, we're going to play the 2nd string with our ring finger. D. Okay? So what I'm going to show you now is, it's not really technique per se, it's just connecting pieces. They're important, and you might want to come back and reference this again in a minute. So from the D, we need to get back to the E minor where the song began. So what we did there, we took our D, we added our pinky, our baby finger, to the 3rd fret. Now we can remove these two guys and we're back to where we began. And that's back to E minor again. So that's how you connect the D back to the beginning again. Then lift these two and back. There's also the connecting piece that takes the G down to the F sharp, which we haven't mentioned yet, back to the E minor. It's only a stepping sequence anyway, and it's very common. You'll hear it in a lot of songs. Like to say to you. So what he's doing, he's playing G, then he's stepping back 1 fret on the 6th string to this position, the 2nd fret, which is F sharp. And then E minor. So you remove your finger and go back to the E minor shape. And it follows the vocal, like to say to you. So it's pretty easy to follow. And then there is the A at the beginning. Now, when he gets to the end of the sequence, the end of the bar, he goes to the A, removes 1 finger, the middle finger, and back to E again. Now I'll run through that again quickly. The A shape, that change, you can hear it. That's just lifting the middle finger off the A position. So now you have only 1 finger left on the 2nd fret on the 4th string. So once again, A, remove the middle finger, and that takes you back to the E minor again. Now that's about resolving the chord and the melody, but we'll get to that another day, hopefully. So that's it, your 3 connecting sequences: D, plus the baby finger, back to E minor. The step down, like to say to you, that part of the song. G, stepping back to the F sharp, 6th string, 2nd fret, then back to E minor. So we'll call them the technical parts of the song. They're not really, they're just connecting pieces. They're quite simple. Re-reference this, because that's how you give this song a little bit of flavour, a little bit of energy, and step it up a bit. So re-reference this again in your own time. How do I explain the rhythm? Okay, so instead of explaining to you exactly how Noel Gallagher is doing the rhythm in this song, instead I'm going to show you something very, very similar that you can adapt in time to any song. It's a lot easier than your down, ups, down, down, up, suddenly you're confused. So what I'm going to teach you is a little bit of the blues. Excellent foundation for any rhythm, and you can adapt it to suit anything, literally anything. So what we're going to do is think of a steam train, okay? So the faster you play it, the more obvious it becomes, and it sounds more like a steam train. So how am I doing that? It's called a syncopated beat. When I hit the first beat, I'm playing a little bit faster and a little bit louder than the other 3 beats in our 4-beat system. So it's a 4/4 timing. Most of the songs that you're going to learn in rock and pop and common music that we all like, most of it is 4/4 timing. It's not a bad place to start, put it that way. So our first beat is a little bit heavier and a little bit faster than the others. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's not so hard to do. And practice doing a little bit faster. And from there you can very easily break that down into so he starts with down, 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 up, and then he changes. So So down, 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 up is 3 and 2, which is 5. And there's 8 beats, so 3 are missing. So 3 of the upstrokes are missing. And that's quite often what will give you the accent within a rhythm. But you'll find that quite easily if you start with a constant rhythm. At least I find that's the best way to adapt yourself to any song. Begin with your bluesy shuffle. It will fit almost anything. Can you play this song with that shuffle? Absolutely. I'll leave the capo off for now. So it sounds just as good. It's hard to tell the difference at times. So that's it. That's your bluesy shuffle rhythm, which can be broken down into the specific down, up, up, down, 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 whatever the reference actually is. But start with the bluesy shuffle. Much easier to achieve. And our chords were, just to recap, 2 fingers here and here on the 3rd fret, 1st and 2nd string. Our A was 3rd and 4th string. Now remember the configuration of the fingers to facilitate that walking system, which makes it much more fluid. So index on 3rd, middle on 4th, stepping over to the 5th string with your indexed for E, stepping over again with your middle finger for G, stepping down 1 string, not 1 fret, for C, and stepping down again to the unrelated F. I'm just showing you because it's there. Why am I showing you? I'm showing you because you can play many songs with G to C to F. Now that sounds familiar already. The Blues Brothers. City by Guns N' Roses, played poorly. What else? Extreme, More Than Words. There are so many I could sit here all day playing other people's music based on those 4 simple chords. And when you go on YouTube and you look at 50 songs to play with 4 simple chords, or 100 songs to play with 4 simple chords, they're the 4 simple chords that they talk about. So much can be achieved by using that simple 2-fingered stepping system that I just showed you. We practically played all of the major chords today except F and B. Now I showed you part of F, but I'd like to expand on that another day, in another video maybe, on the caged system, because B and F lend themselves nicely to that, and you'll learn so many more chords. Okay, so in the rhythm of this song today you've seen me use my thumb. I wouldn't ordinarily use my thumb, I would use my index finger. I have nails, I play different styles of guitar, and it's better than losing plectrums. So that's not really relevant or helpful here today. You should use a plectrum if you don't have nails. But look, at the end of the day, when you want to be a competent guitar player, you're going to end up using all of your fingers in different styles, in different ways. So why not start using them today? You can struggle on losing plectrums for now if you like. So I think that's everything. What else should I mention? Try to keep the guitar in tune. My strings are getting old now, and it is starting to go out of tune, even today as I was playing. And you should probably also use a metronome. Again, today was only a brief demonstration, so I didn't use a metronome. Tick-tock, 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 that's a metronome. You can get apps for these things these days. So get a tuning app and get a metronome app and use them when you practice. You really should. That's it. I can't think of anything else to say. I really enjoyed it. I'd love to do another video based on something that you're having difficulty with, or a song that you just consider fun and you're not sure how to play it. I'd love to do another video like that. So thanks very much for watching. Until the next time, I guess. Thank you. Bye bye.